seconds remaining.
Shadow Fiend.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Thank you very much, Paul. That's right. We are live here for what could be the final game of the round of 16. I'm LD. I'm joined here by Purge and Kevin. It's a pretty ugly game one. SG Esports, a few good fights, but it never really felt like they were in that game.
Yeah, there was so much chaos going on. This is what it felt like. Secret was pressuring all over the place, getting these 2-man kills, 3-man kills, 5-man fights. Almost everything was going well for them. The only times they really died felt like just them playing too aggressive because they felt so confident in their victory. And we may see another situation like that, but it's going to take SG winning some really crucial engagements and shutting down the lanes.
A very different draft here for Team Secret. Last game running the dual core, or dual carry lineup, I should say, with this being much more of like a 4-protect-1. Yeah, the Abad and the Venge have some carry potential, but really the lineup is built around protecting mid 1 on a less survivable hero in the Shadow Fiend. So I'm curious to see, can SG Esports punish Secret? Can they have a better start to the game? And I think a good chance here. What are your thoughts on the lineups, how they match up, and do you feel like SG Esports has a better draft this time around?
Well, the Darkseer in the offlane is obviously a very, very good hero to have, but the problem is it doesn't really combo with too much else other than just Riki as well as the Lifestealer. So maybe if Riki spends some time in the safe lane, he can pressure some support heroes, but we're looking at Crystal Maiden, Pylai Dai, or a Spearbreaker. Spearbreaker is likely to be in the offlane anyway, so yeah, maybe they punish the CM a lot, maybe they can punish the Venge core a little, but that's what it's going to take, basically. And they've only got 1 Sentry Ward, so it's certainly possible.
Yeah, they did go for the Disruptor again this game. Something SG Esports does like to run a lot, but we saw last game, the downside to the hero, he doesn't really offer too much in a more aggressive laning setup where we saw the Tusk of Puppey constantly applying pressure with the Darkseer. Will Cat get that early uncontested farm? Can he deal with the off-lane Abaddon, or is he going to have trouble getting these pulls off and grabbing his early experience? We've always got to worry about the Spirit Breaker. Puppey already prepped with the Dust and the TP, so he is primed to just constantly counterplay wherever King RD goes on the Riki.
Yeah, that's going to be the hardest thing about this for Riki, is that even if he does try to do some Iron Shell stuff, he's still not the highest HP hero early on in the game. He's got quite a bit of regen this game, but the Sentry's almost instantly going to spot him out here, and Darkseer's going to try to get some free experience.
Might make his move here on Pylai Dai. Get some good chip damage early as the introductions for the Russian commentators conclude, but Kezu early on is being pressured a little bit, forced away. You can see Puppey looks to change that equation as he heads towards top. He also performed the fairy roll. Now he's going to go for the backstep charge on mid. Looking for Adriana. Will this Lina get caught out? Doesn't really seem to notice the charge until Puppey connects. Not a whole lot of follow-up, though, just helping to secure mid 1 CS here in these early levels as he's off to a good start. 6-1, mid 1, 0-2, so definitely struggling for the early last hits.
Yeah, Lina really made the right choice there. The charge came in, but he had a huge creep wave, so all he has to do is continue to worry about the experience from the range creep and just get a nuke in if he can. Kezu, for now, has pretty good solution against Cat here just because he can remove Thunderstrike if needed, so as long as the creep wave's in a fairly good spot, he should be absolutely fine to grab farm. Charge is coming from Puppey.
Yeah, again, still level 1 though, so just a harassment charge really. Kezu No boots even as of yet. Though as I say that, Cat is going to separate a bit here from HFN. We'll need to come in to reinforce. Cat very separated from his team. Can Kezu run him down? One more auto attack. He will get the kill. Unfortunate way to go. Looks like the retaliation kill might be here. HFN looking for Kezu. Tower shots, not quite enough damage, but he has the oov. He will get stunned by Puppey. HFN has to let him go as the creep wave pushes into the tower. The direction Cat chose there left the lifestealer unable to assist him on the retreat.
That's a pretty good move, though. Almost killing Kezu. It was very close. Tower really helping out, but yeah, losing Cat, not too big of a surprise. Disruptor is a very weak hero if he does get gone on with Orb of Venom in the early game. Back in the offlane, King RD going to take a lot of damage from MP as well as Pylai Die. About 2 minutes left on the Sentry Ward, and until then, I think he's just going to play a little bit of the offlane.
Despite the kill, overall, SG Sports a much stronger start than last game, though, as they have the top 3 in CS for all their cores, doing quite well. They're forcing the Sentry purchases, so even if Keen RD is under pressure, he is, just by being an invisible hero, somewhat undermining that secret economy for the supports, and not allowing Pylai Die to go to the woods at all, as Crystal Maidens often are wont to do, as we'll see the stun in the mid lane, 40R. Some harassment on mid one. Some decently close to a kill opportunity there, but not quite yet.
He's doing really well this game. 16-5 now versus the 11-2 Shadow Fiend. Mid one's not a bad player. He's certainly not a bad Shadow Fiend either, and he's getting a little bit of a tough lane. He's even got CM Aura, so even more advantages there. Maybe Lina can continue this, but as the rotations come through, it's definitely going to upset any possible balance depending on who shows.
Pylai Die heading off to the woods now. Keen RD sure to be tracking him. So we'll see Puppey with the charge on the bottom lane, about to clip Tavo. Still looking for that 17%. Has not gotten a point in Greater Bash yet. Still only level 1.
Yeah.
Struggling a bit here in the early laning stage.
I feel like he's affected the lanes pretty well, though. I mean, getting the first blood is certainly huge, but just a level 2 now, his hero is significantly better. All it takes is a bash level and a charge level, and this hero kind of transforms into something great.
I'm afraid of the RNG gods, as the rune will be spawning here. Puppey grabbing the haste rune.
Look at Bounty. Maybe he'll go for a charge on Lina or something like that. No, gonna go safe lane.
Yeah, it does head towards bottom. Tavo's gonna be caught out here as the Darkseer has not surged yet. Puppey can catch him out with the charge if he gets the bash. Tavo is done for, and now Pylai Die able to look to turn this one around. Finds the Frostbite kill. Maybe King RD can get MP in return, but no, he gets bashed away.
Oh.
Blinking forward, just had the range somehow with the Blink Strike. Finding the kill, connects, but now Puppey on the chase. King RD with the Ion Shell may want to come back in.
That's almost out. Anyways, you can barely even see it on this guy. 7 charge wands, salve being used. It was a great attempt there for the Darkseer to hold that out a bit longer. It looked like he was just giving up on life, but he wanted to let the creep with the Ion Shell on it get close to the Vengeful Spirit. Very good kill there.
It almost went the other way. King RD's Cloud was just like a split second late, so Pi was able to get off his Frostbite, but if that Cloud comes out first, I think he makes a clean getaway there. So as I say that, Tavo might die again in this bottom lane. He just came back to the lane. The trade's probably there. King RD diving to see him under the tower, and Tavo will end up making it out. So SG Esports outplaying for now, goes for the TP. There is a Vent stun, but still at least forcing a lot of expenditures here as far as detection goes.
Yeah, very hopeful TP for sure. Fortunately for him, no Quelling Blade, no Tango to juke, so easy kill. Is leveling pretty well in Ricky, though, level 4. Look, opting for Blink Strike, surprisingly, over extra points in Cloak and Dagger, usually the more common grab, but the lower cooldown could be really useful.
Mid one has definitely caught up mid, though, in the midst of this back-and-forth skirmish bottom lane, sitting 32-5 ahead of the lane in CS. As we've seen Adriano go for 3 or 4 Light Strike arrays, stuns, hasn't managed to connect on mid one, but if he gets one, you know the Laguna's coming next, so mid one has opted to grab the infused raindrops early. Perhaps with those will be enough to save him from a potential gank. Speaking of which, King RD does move on to mid lane, but not going to make the jump just yet.
Probably getting more easy pressure in. Queuing up a hand of Midas Rush. Gloves of Haste holding for now. One of the best heroes actually for the attack speed item first. Ricky moving around the map, grabbing bounty runes, grabs the one from Pi, the Crystal Maiden. He doesn't want to pressure it, it looks like, although he may now with Darkseer rotating him. But no Ion Shell in 4 seconds here. Yeah, he felt that one coming.
Good Cloud, but Pylai Die is able to get out from it, and Puppey looks for the kill here on top. Another death for the Darkseer. Really getting punished in this bottom lane. King RD still collecting a lot of experiences, though, Ricky, but is it worth it? giving up this many kills on the Darkseer.
Oh, Sentry spotting him. Oh, it's over to the left. He just placed that down as well. No more dust here for Spirit Breaker. And no Iron Shell landing on the Riki either at the end of that fight, so Pai's going to be just fine. Doesn't quite have boots. He's definitely the hero to kill. And Disruptor is going to rotate down as well. Maybe they can get a kill on the Vengeful Spirit.
At this point last game, SG Sports was down, I want to say like 2,000 to 3,000 gold at least. This time around, very even game. They're actually leading, so have to be much happier about how Game 2 has started. Yeah,
they put a sentry down to see if there's an observer ward. They only found a sentry. They don't want to kill it because they don't want to know their opponents to know they're there. So they're going to try to surprise MP if possible. They got to jump on him almost right away, though.
And as you mentioned, it is going for that greedier Midas build early, not picking up an Aquila, which we often do see on the Venge, sometimes even the upgraded boot. So he's a lot more killable on MP, walking dangerously close to certain doom as the trap is sprung. There's the Cloud. Now the charge in from Tavo. Should be able to get off the stun on the Riki. Then the charge coming through, swaps away, but won't survive. The glimpse back is there, preventing Puppey from finding the counter kill. So a clean takedown. That is big.
So one cool thing about this Riki build, I think he's just prioritizing Cloak and Dagger less because he's got Iron Shell. That's by far the most damage output. So he'd prefer to have more miss rate, higher AoE, lower cooldown of Blink Strike. Could definitely pay off here. We'll see how it transitions. It's going well for them right now, though. The Iron Shell with the Riki alone, it's a little finicky. You have to be careful not getting bursted down rapidly, but they're making it work. 3 kills for him now.
And this is before the Lifestealer bombs come into play. We really haven't talked much about HFN, but just quietly farming up a Storm, nearly doubling the Abad in CS and then some in this top lane. But we've seen it before, the power of the Riki Lifestealer. You throw Iron Shell, maybe 2 on top of that, and anyone who gets caught is likely going down.
Yeah. Lina just playing pretty farm-heavy build. Actually going for 2 Fiery Soul over Light Strike Array. Kind of an interesting build. From there, probably we'll go standard Bloodstone to maybe Shadowblade. I would like to see her included a bit in some of the tempo, but maybe you skip something like SB, do the SB.
Keen RD dropping the Obs top, so maybe setting up for that next round of aggression. Still waiting to see where SG Sports really force the issue. As of yet, they've been contentious to farm, but mid one quietly just free farming in the jungle. Pressured early, but the scan now comes through.
Was that an illusion they just killed?
Yeah, okay. Radiant scan in the mid lane. The Riki illusion was there.
Well, that pays off pretty hard.
Trying to find him, and hey, if you do, the instant dust gets popped and Puppey gets the kill. So yeah, it's a bit of a dice roll by Secret.
Yeah, it's pretty unlucky for them, at least. They were just hoping to get an actual Riki kill, but they don't have any ward vision on the rune spots, which makes a lot of sense. If you can't see the Riki crossing the river, then having ward vision there isn't going to work out. Better to have it in places where they're likely to be standing.
Uh-oh. King RD in a lot of trouble now. That's
going to be a long
charge coming from a mile away, but if he just blinks back to his Darkseer, he should be just fine. Puppey's spending a lot of time chasing, not a lot of time killing this game.
Yeah, definitely see him coming on the way. So, Riki, nothing really new item-wise, just still kind of lurking around looking for kill potential. And Cat also not level 6, just a bit over 5 right now. Maybe would like to see Lifestealer head to the jungle and let him get 6.
And no boots either. He is really food.
Oh, they're in stash. That's all.
Okay.
Just greedy teammates or something, right?
Yeah. Courier, please.
Or is the courier dead?
No, it's up top for
okay.
now.
The one place I didn't look.
Get it together, Kevin.
Armlet ready for Lifestealer. This would be another thing that he could do in the meantime. Just grab TP to where Riki is, hop on in, look for a kill. It is kind of scary because it's very clear that there's some sentries in the jungle, but he's still the most capable hero to look for heroes to blow up.
Yeah, and we do have a smoke here on Cat, so I imagine when he finally gets his grubby paws on that courier, they will be looking for some sort of smoke rotation to see who the target is. Mid one, the leader in net worth here for Secret, and given the composition, probably the main hero you want to focus on is MP just now completing his Midas bottom. He's going to quickly eat up a Centaur. Let's see where Cat wants to go. Eats the Tome, has the Static Storm. Which way does he roam?
There it is. Instant TP, infest into Riki, straight onto the enemy carry if possible. With that said, there's a ping from Abad, and he's predicting the Lifestealer to be at the large camp, or at least he pinged there. Could mean anything. Is he farming here? Is he eating a creep? Yeah, the longer they take, the more They're going to be afraid to not go
They
in.
are going to show Tavo here. Pineline Die, well, I was going to say takes the bait, but KeenRD actually gets stunned under tower, punished. They were ready for this. The Venge stun is there, but still a decent trade as they get the core Venge kill. Can HFN make it out? Has the Armlet, needs to activate it, stay alive a bit longer. He's going to toggle it on. The wall gets dropped defensively, and then the surge comes through. He gets body blocked for a second. He turns. He wants to come back in onto Puppey. Says, I have the Armlet. You cannot kill me. Now onto Kezu, trying to make his way out of this one, but will end up going down. Still, the trade is there with mid one getting peppered by auto attacks. The Lina finds the follow-up. Adriano now with the stun, looking for Kezu as well. Can they bring him back? The glimpse too. Kezu down for the count. It's a triple for Tavo, right back in the game. Desperately needed frags for SG Esports, not just in this fight, but in the game overall, as they extend their lead to nearly 3,000 gold, 3,000 experience.
That was great decision making by the Lifestealer to go back in. Oh, Haste picked up as well for 40R. Maybe he kills Puppey here. There's a shrine that'll buy him some very important time. And
he is going to activate it, dodging the stun just barely at that. Adriano could be in danger now. The swap, the bash. Oh, he's bit off more than he can chew, and Puppey will end him with one more clubbing from that Lantern.
That was a huge mistake, actually. Right after winning a big team fight like that, you cannot feed the most farmed hero on your team to the enemy support, because that's going to put Puppey at 6 now, which makes his ganks all the easier.
Yeah, he desperately needed the levels too. Puppey was spending a lot of time moving around and not really getting killed, so was quite a bit under-leveled prior to that Lina takedown. KeenRD currently stalking him. They're going to need 1, maybe 2 heroes here if they want to find that kill.
They do spot the courier flying out.
HFN, Armlet complete. Now back to the jungle. Looks like it could be a Desolator pickup next. But Secret going for the 1 Midas.
Yeah, I do like the Deso. I think it's a pretty good idea. It'll be very good against Shadow Fiends. He usually gets very tanky, has strong armor, but not impenetrable armor. So minus armor will be pretty effective there. Kind of same story for Venge as well. Spirit Breaker, Crystal Maiden, surely. Its last decision-making was, teamfight decision-making, I thought was really good. Diving under the tower, got the open wounds off on the right target. He turned at the good moment, too, with the Surge. Maybe got a little unlucky against Orb of Venom or something.
Now the move onto Kezu, top lane, HFN mauling him. Does force the borrowed time. And with that open wounds about to cool down, Kezu's going to have to play quite defensively for the next minute or so. So we'll see more Midases under construction. Puppey closing in on one of his own. That's going to be a double Midas for the team. Kezu opting to go for the early Vlads here, though. So really focused on keeping that Shadow Fiend as durable as possible as they look to spring the trap. They know the borrow time's on cooldown and they want to punish. Cat's there, finds the kill, and now MP TPing into a... Oh, actually got the glimpse back to safety. That would have been a second kill, I do believe.
Yeah, that was definitely a mistake there, but I think they're still a little bit worried from what things felt like in the previous game where it was just Secret rolling over them. They're going to not be as able to make the perfect decisions in those stressful moments.
So HFN will grab a Midas of his own, is not going to try and rush that next big damage item.
Well, this is one advantage at least. I mean, they probably would have killed the Venge, but the pressure continues for them. The same's going to happen for Venge, but oh, this kill.
The timing on that Cloud. Tricks of the trade following up with the Open Wounds Rage. And another takedown. SG Esports ramping up here.
That's Midas greed right there. Nothing else to be said. Puppey says, I just got this. I want to put it on cooldown. Well, that's not the only thing on cooldown. And they're going to hit the tier 2 tower.
Well, the bonus gold denied to Puppey, at least for now. As SG swings over towards mid. Still only taking that 1 tower, though. And you got to imagine that they're looking to convert these upcoming fights into actual objectives so they can really limit Secret's mobility.
That would be huge, yeah. But Shadow Fiend's still kind of farming ahead. Once he grabs BKB, I feel like he's going to be the right solution against SG and them running them down.
BKB is so good this game. Like, honestly, unless Lifestealer is a basher, there's nothing to prevent him from getting off his full combo of spells.
Yeah, at the least, he'll get his ulti off, and most likely be able to deal with the Lifestealer pretty well.
Oh, KeenRD, great job there, breaking the smoke, doing it at the boundary of dust range, and now Pineline Die hides in the trees. They're going to roll forward here. The Infest, but HFN pops out. Seems like they wanted to immediately transition into a fight, but KNRD walking directly into Pi, hiding in the trees, is going to now reveal himself. They're going to commit here. Is this the target they want to be going for? Into Tricks of the Trade. Blinky back to the Lina. Puppy's out pretty far. Is it too far? Now turning for the Lina. Gets the bash after the initial Nether Strike, but then the wall gets dropped, and they might look to turn this fight. Turning back a little bit, and they are able to connect on mid one, isolating him. Laguna tasers him down. Now on MP, bringing him down as well. Pi could be next. That's likely to be 3, and they're looking for Puppy 2, 3, make it 4. SG Esports rolling Secret over and battering them while they're down.
Can't believe the Ricky stayed alive in that engagement. Completely out of position after the Tricks of the Trade runs out. The Spirit Breaker charge commits, and no mistakes made by the Lina as well. Saves the invis, plays it cool, looks for the important heroes, which is the ones that got caught under the Static Storm.
This was just such a long way to dive. They knew SG Sports had at least like 3 heroes in the neighborhood. Excellent Static Storm here. Really good catch on mid one. They got the glimpse back, interrupting the Requiem. MP ends up going down pretty early in the fight. They're not able to keep the Shadow Fiend alive, Kevin, and that's really the whole idea of the lineup is you have an Abaddon, you have Avenge. Shadow Fiend should live for a long time if things are going well for Secret.
And the person that actually saved that fight completely for SG was really the Darkseer. It looked like they were going to combo the SB ulti into the swap, but with the vacuum into the wall, it kind of kept Secret on the backline, wasted Puppy's initiation, and allowed them to set up with the teamfight combo afterwards. So big teamfight win there, mostly on Tavo.
I had forgotten about this. Cheeky, infested dragon who's got an Ion Shell to work with. Katzen pretty far, is able to get away, but Puppy's on the chase. MP there, cuts him off with the Shrine TP, gets the stun, but they still have to deal with this Ancient Black Dragon. Kezu is trying to run away from it. Still with the Ion Shell, not doing all that much damage, is dropping relatively low, gets blocked. Kezu with the borrowed time, getting forced out. Now Puppy. Another strike committed. They chase for a bit more, but the Laguna's there. Perfect timing. So the borrowed time runs out. They'll take down Kezu. Now KNRD blinking away to the low ground, just kiting them completely. HFN, all the while just baiting Secret. They're ignoring Adriano, and he's cleaning up, finds the double kill. Now the surge on the Puppy, but can he take him down? HFN, so damn tanky. This Lifestealer wants blood, but mid one's there to answer back, and not getting the follow-up he needs. They at least get the Ricky kill. A small something, but simultaneously MP, he thought he had help. He did not. Mid one says, I'm out of here. Peace, homie. And SG Esports says, vamos. Let's find more.
They have the ward. They just got to get a little closer. Oh, there's no surge. Still on cooldown here. Not able to grab the SF. That would have been an insane pickup. They still win a great fight. Lifestealer getting a lot of kills. I feel like I've seen him cast Rage like 4 times in that engagement. Just always magic immune at the right time and dealing tons of damage as well.
Lina already level 16 at 19 minutes, so your Shadow Fiend, BKB under construction, doesn't have it yet. This Laguna Blade is just absolutely brutal for him to deal with.
And it's not just that, actually. He went for the plus 50 damage perk. I feel like a lot of Linas should be grabbing this because, I mean, with the early Fiery Soul, his attack speed's insane. It's not just the spells that are important, it's also his right clicks from a very long distance away. Still grabs the Bloodstone, so he will respawn relatively fast, just not the instant that you might expect normally. And he will go for Boots of Travel next, and Shadowblade is the follow-up.
Yeah, so once he gets that, constantly a threat to anyone who's off on their own farming, and mid one perhaps with a BKB at the right time can survive, as there's no sign as of yet of Alina Eggs, but still, at best, you're just TPing away, and at worst, you get comboed and brought down.
Yeah. And again, showing the clip there, just Lifestealer reading the fight really well. The vision was there. He was able to clean up the Vengeful Spirit kill after they felt overly safe. So those kind of moves really changed the tempo of the game. Lifestealer's net worth right now is by far top of the chart, and that is looking a little scary for Secret here. How after they played the game one, I really thought this game would also be similar to that role, but SG from the start to now is just, I feel like they've blown off the rust. They've lost the confidence issues. They're playing like a top tier team right now.
Playing like they have nothing to lose, and you win this series suddenly into the top 8. They would, at that point, have a date with EG, and we could have another American showdown.
Easily on paper and in reality the biggest upset if that were to happen, because this is the rank 1 team from the groups against the rank 16, and SG's taking it to Secret right now.
But not over yet, not by any means. Secret with a lot of tools that can reset and turn around fights, whether it's the swap, the Shadow Fiend BKB Requiem, the Abaddon can be a thorn in their side. So if SG get overconfident, if they dive too far, still room for Secret to punish. But you could see Secret now, they feel like they have to wait for an SG mistake. They stick around as 5 top. They're no longer freely farming their woods. that jungle has been invaded. You can see some deep wards being planted. It's really ball is in SG Esports court, and the shot calling is all in their favor as far as having options at this point.
Yeah, the options are definitely there. Pretty similar Midases for both sides. I think Secret's just going to have to win this one with good old-fashioned teamwork. Smart, safe play, defend the important heroes, and abuse BKBs to hopefully waste SG's initiations.
This tower is not long for this world with, as you mentioned, the plus 50 damage talent. Now into mid one, gets caught out, but a well-timed shield by Kezu. Is it going to matter, though? They glimpse it back. Mid one has the BKB. They're really trying to force it out. Would be big to take it down. Another Lina stun. Adriano just confident as all hell with that Aegis.
Well, they're getting him low, but, you know, mid one's not going to choke in moments like that. He's not going to misuse his skills, his items. I don't think he really expected SG to initiate there. If it was... they really wanted to go in, he was going to feel a lot more heat than what he got. Maybe a static storm, something like that. Those are the big tells, but maybe against lesser teams, SG would make that work. Gonna grab bounty runes, gonna farm their half of the map, and Secret has to continue doing what they were doing before, which is kind of just 5-manning.
So you have the BKB on Shadow Fiend now. Do you think Secret can take a head-on fight?
I think so. They just need Shadow Fiend to be the focus, kind of what was happening before. Obviously, Secret can back him up with things like heals and the shields, but it's got to be on the SF. If they hit the backline, kill Crystal Maiden first, maybe Vengeful Spirit towards the beginning of the fight, I do think they can kite the Shadow Fiend. Lina's walking into a dangerous move, though.
That is a ballsy Lina. Adriano, not afraid at all. They're going to get the glimpse back here, and it's on Kezu. They pull him out of position, so he won't be around later in the fight to help the Shadow Fiend. If they can focus him down, a good charge. Static Storm gets dropped defensively to try and separate Puppey from the rest of his team. So far, just a disengage, but the Static Storm down could maybe be an opening here for Team Secret. All the way on the other side of the fight is Puppey. Very isolated for now. They get the glimpse back, trying to focus down MP. Swaps himself away to the north. Puppey again charging through. The Requiem is there. Mid one. BKB commits onto HFN, but he's so damn tanky. They need to focus fire if they want to bring him down. The back as well from Tavo. Almost has the wall. The infest to keep him alive. And now the Lina's done. Finds one. Finds two. Mid one's going to drop. Kezu in the trees. Will he make it out? Puppey on the TP. No. Cat denies him with the glimpse. 4 dead. Barely escaping with his life is Kezu. SG Esports pulling it together on the main stage here in Kiev.
And that's exactly what they had to do, separate their opponents. They bring the Abaddon back first, then Puppey has to charge through to try to save him, and then Puppey's initiation on the way back through is not as effective. It was just very difficult for Secret to take that fight, and the craziest thing is Secret just looks scared to even try to go for the Lina. She's already got Bloodstone. They're maybe expecting her to respawn instantly and TP back into the fight or something. That's probably what would happen. She's got BOT, she's got a Bloodstone. And the craziest thing is, well, he just lands every stun. He never misses.
He found a 2-hero unsupported stun diving in between like 4 Secret heroes.
Yeah. He missed that one because that guy had BKB, but, you know, they will finally get a kill. Big kill there as well. Disruptor is the best one to set tempo, so at least they don't have to worry about getting glimpsed.
You say that, but he just bought his blink before dying. So now Disruptor has a blink. You've got Ricky to scout very far ahead. You have the ward advantage. This is like the best possible position to be playing Disruptor.
Yeah, it really is. And that's probably why SG picks it. They set the tempo, get enough kills. This is what's going to happen. Lifestealer going to build up an AC next. He's pretty close away. About 1,500 gold or so. Pylai Dai still running around with Tranquils. This guy is food this game. He's not even level 10 yet. Only 8 on Pi. Got to sit back and do his best to defend allies.
I don't really know what you can do at this point as a Crystal Maiden.
Give mana?
Yeah, give mana, sit at the fountain, maybe pray that they ignore you in Freezing Field, but dies in like 2 Lifestealer auto attacks.
Yeah, it's a tough game for Crystal Maiden if you don't get ahead, that's for sure. Lifestealer is one of those carries that just kind of eats you alive if you're a support.
And it's not like they're going to save you, you know? The Shadow Fiend is the priority here.
Yeah, absolutely. Shadow Fiend's biggest damage output by far. And like you pointed out in the draft, maybe Medusa was something Secret was thinking of, but SG banning it out makes it a little bit more straightforward to deal with Shadow Fiend. I think right-click heroes sometimes have a lot of trouble with SF, but the Lina's been working out surprisingly well, even with the BKB, and a lot of that has been the mobility advantage that he's been working with.
And that's also going to be aided by HFN and his item build. Going for the AC next. So with all that Midas armor on the Shadow Fiend, as far as armor items go, they have the Flads, they do have the Medallion, and he went for the Aquila, so it's not horrible for mid one, but still gets focused, as we will see Pylai Dai just accepting his fate here in the jungle. Gives up the kill.
He got that bounty rune, though.
Yeah, slight value.
That's a gold swing right there.
Oh, hey, buddy. That's a big kill, and that is one Secret cannot afford to give up.
Oh,
Glimpse
man.
is there again. It's Cat, who appears to be everywhere.
And the worst thing about that is that 4DR actually did TP back to push the lane in the meantime. So Creep Wave is going to be at their tower. No bench for 40 seconds. The best hero for them to initiate with. And not really any action items either.
They're 10 gold away from an Assault Cuirass here. SG Sports, they do have the power play bench. No buyback available, so they're going to look to push that advantage. Mid one comes back in, went back for the Dragonlance. Very defensive build from him, but it's Adriano just poking at this tower with that incredibly long range. Now got the plus 150 attack range talent, so hits like a truck and does so from a very safe distance. As HFN up in front, it's going to retreat here. The AC
close.
flying out right now. Tower drops already, so they can go for the shrines if they so choose, but I wouldn't be shocked if they try to force the issue. We'll see.
That's just an amazing advantage that Lina grabbed right there. Just a simple 50 damage perk. Maybe the cast range helping out. Obviously a very good game as well, but taking the tier 3 at 27 minutes, it's almost a reverse of the last game.
Even the shrines just melt. The physical, you don't really look at SG Sports and you're like, oh, this is like a crazy physical DPS lineup, but yeah. With the way that Adriano skilled with talents and the itemization of HFN, they actually have a lot of physical damage. Yeah, looks pretty good. I like the Linken's follow-up for Lina as well. Should help stop things like charge on the back line or aggressive swap. It's definitely the dangerous thing for Lina's is being in the wrong place. So things slow down a little bit now. SG Sports gonna reset in their own woods for the time being. Next Roshan could be spawning momentarily. Not moving towards the pit just yet, but they should know that it's quite likely up soon. Yeah, I think because they killed the shrine here and they had some decent pressure, I think they're a little bit worried about Secret going for some, moving towards some like desperation smoke kind of territory. Maybe not desperation, but you know, trying to take a real low
fight.
Percentage for sure. Yeah,
so they're just going to stay grouped a little bit. I'm sure they feel really ahead right now. That's absolutely the case, especially if they clear the rest of the shrines. They did spot the Darkseer moving through into their jungle, so maybe Secret is expecting some slight split push, but SG just going to try to regain control of the Roche area and finish that off. Do you think Secret can contest this? That one's going to be pretty hard because, again, their lineup is so good at like winning the game and then slapping towers, similar to what SG is doing right now. But it's not so good at taking a 5v5 out in an open area with cliffs and heroes going every which way. And that's another advantage that SG has in the fight, is that Lifestealer's going to run in, he's going to chase people down until he gets a bunch of kills, and Ricky's going to always be aiming for the low HP support. So I feel like it's pretty easy for SG to split the fight up and pick off Secret one by one. They are going to plod into the pit here with Puppey. Under cover of smoke, dropping the advanced sentry, hoping that SG walk into him, but SG, a little loop-de-loo from them. They're going to sweep around. They could go for the shrine, but they want the heroes all the way around, plunging back up mid, undoubtedly. They see the Shadow Fiend here. There is no way he doesn't have his entire team behind him, SG say, and Secret look, maybe to spring a trap. They have a good observer ward, but KNRD is going to slip in so far unnoticed. Will he find the opening? Wave of Terror comes out. Lifestealer comes in, but the silence is there. It's a huge opening. Will HFN get punished? Shadow Fiend able to bring him down immediately. Has the buyback. Might have to use it. The Requiem unwound. Mid one. Pounding into Tavo, but can't finish him off. Suddenly he's caught. Kezu with the borrow time, but they're locking mid one down. They're not letting him get off auto attacks here. Now the Cloud dropped again. Has the missed chance to worry about. He will fall. And now looking for the fifth. The final takedown. Kezu will fall as well. Puppey unable to get back to the fight, and SG now it's into the pit. Just an amazing item purchase there by mid one. It was a great attempt. It guaranteed the carry kill, but that was about all the damage they had, it seemed. It really, it does feel a bit like a desperation pickup, though. Like, if we can't just silence this Lifestealer, there's no way we kill him. Yeah, because he's always going to rage. Our heroes are way too vulnerable to get him on top of them. He goes for the buyback, and they get the Roche as a result, which pretty much guarantees SG's ability to take shrines and close out the map soon. I think it's gem time for them, absolutely. Get all the wards killed. And that's where SB starts feeling like a bad hero. He can't really charge the heroes he wants to. They can't look for these opportunities. It's just going to be full SG map control. Actually, they do have a gem still on the Ricky. Team Secret up 1-0 in the series, so should they drop this, they'll have a chance to regroup before a deciding Game 3, but they find themselves
on the precipice of dropping the game. Down 20,000 gold, over 15,000 experience, absolutely no map control. Shrine's gone. Aegis in the hands of SG. Lincoln's now picked up on the Lina. Lincoln's being built on the Lifestealer, so that Orchid not likely to stay effective for long here. You know, whether it's just blocking a swap, and Orchid, big pickup to have those Lincolns as we'll get another look here at that team fight. The Darkseer and the Disruptor made some huge plays here, Kevin.
Oh, the vacuum on top of the Static Storm absolutely did. But obviously a great initiation to guarantee that first kill. Darkseer staying alive with all of the evasion he actually has. And mid one did a pretty good attempt, but with all of those illusions beating on him, an SF illusion of his own, he actually just died quite quick to physical.
NRD's in deep. He's going to drop the cloud. Surprise, he says, as they unload. Tabo's there with the follow-up. Now the glimpse back. They look for more. HFN going to force out the borrow time, and they will retreat. Crystal Maiden with a very hopeful, very ambitious ultimate. Won't even get the full thing off. KRD denies that to Pylai die too as the base crumbles. It's burning. SG Esports straight on towards mid. That's one lane. Looking for the second. HFN left entirely uncontested. There is now a completed Bloodthorn on mid one, so perhaps can dish out that damage. Still the BKB available, but they're down the bench. They're down the Spirit Breaker. They won't have either for 20 seconds. Ample opportunity for SG to cave in this tower, to take a second lane, and with it, likely the game.
Got to be a little careful. His HP's getting low. He's got Infest ready. Creep spawn in about 7 seconds if he needs to get healed.
Still has the Aegis though. He's not afraid. This Lina just machine gunning down structures. SG are going to back. Incredibly patient play from them as they know they've already gotten a huge objective here. It's a big victory. Don't even want to slightly risk it. And with still about 2.5 minutes left on this Aegis, they're going to have time to regroup, push in all the lanes, and go again if they like.
Do they go top, maybe? Oh, I mean, they can control the map, but like you said, the Aegis is something they don't want to forget about here. Crystallis for the Lina, so going to be throwing some crits on top of what he's already doing.
I feel like he might be hitting harder than the Shadow Fiend.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, his attack speed has got to be like 4 times it. Shadow Fiend hits really hard. The Bloodthorn helping as well, but I mean, the ultra mobility, he's practically tankier than SF is. He actually has more HP on the Lina right now. That's bad sign. Way more armor, maybe better damage.
Oh, it's all in on offense here for mid one, and I don't think you can really argue with it. If he doesn't just kill at least 2-3 heroes during that BKB, he's dead for sure. So he says, screw it, grabs the Mask of Madness.
It's fine, honestly. Like, your raises don't do that much damage in this period of the game anyways. He's got so much damage in between Vlad's and Vengeanceor and all the stats he's built, so this is the way to go.
I also like it because Adriano, no Aghanims for him, so you don't have to worry about losing like half your health instantly to the Lina Laguna.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's a desperation item, but it might be just the ticket to win a fight here for Secret.
So Lifestealer going the safe way here, going to build a Manta style. So he split his S and Y. It's going to hurt his mobility a little bit, but the important thing is the easy counter against the Bloodthorn.
Yeah, I was thinking about the Lincolns, but opts for something that also lets you siege a little bit better.
That's true.
Chip away with those illusions.
Just a bit better. Remove Frostbite. Make it harder for SB to grab the right guy after you charge in. It's definitely some good solutions. King RD's really farmed this game. Blink Dagger and Diffusal Blade, so it's very easy for him to get wards on the high ground now.
And 2.3k in the bank. That is a fat
Ricky. Oh my god.
He's more farmed than the Venge, Kevin.
That's a bad sign. The Hood pickup that MP went for this game maybe was the wrong choice. There is so much magic damage on SG. I just don't think he was expecting this tempo to shift so hard.
I mean, it feels nice on paper against Disruptor, Darkseer, even Lina, very magic damage focused, but yeah. The phase where they were relying on magic damage, like last game, they were still relying on it at 30 minutes, but they don't even need the magic damage anymore, it feels like.
Maybe the mistake against Lifestealer. So, Aegis is gone. Smoke gets popped. Secret knows it's down. Kezu is actually not caught in it. Maybe that's the point. Push out the lanes, make it seem like Secret's still in the base, and then he'll have to sprint on over when the fight actually starts.
They're looking for a desperation fight outside of the base. Puppey.
Oh, very close to breaking.
Very close to revealing, indeed. Not going to get the smoke broken, but the lanes are at the base. Like, this is such an obvious play for SG Esports. They just back off a little bit. They see creeps marching in bottom. They see creeps about to arrive at the base top. Illusion shoving in mid. Secret, just no chance of an ambush when the vision is that strong for SG.
And Lifestealer turns his empty Sange into a Heaven's Halberd now. So 15% evasion from his talent, 25% from his item. I don't even know if mid one's going to hit this guy. I mean, Bloodthorn is definitely one great solution, though, removing evasion while it's active. But as long as he saves his Manta Style for the right moment, I don't know if they could stop Lifesteal from killing their last buildings.
This Lina, 0.3 seconds per attack. So you look at 3 attacks a second with now a completed data list. Says they are going to charge onto HFN, but he's so damn fast. He continues to sprint away, courtesy of the phase boots. Already committed the Manta Style. They're going to jump onto him. Can they focus him down in time? They do get some good crits off, but now the turn. Tavo's there with the wall. Will it save the day? Not quite. Staying alive is mid one, but not for long. KeenRD sweeping it from the side, and all the while Adriano making mincemeat of Secret. 3, about to be 4. Kezu, he'll hang on for now, but not for long, sucker. And that's SG marching down top and likely towards victory. There's a buyback from Shadow Fiend, but I mean, you could see the Mask of Madness, even with BKB, Kevin, he just melts.
I think that's because Arlena has a Daedalus this game and is critting for 800 damage. I mean, they were able to get the Lifestealer kill. Not an easy thing by any means, especially with the items he grabbed, but
and if you got to worry about the backline. You get that kill and then immediately get wiped, and you just don't feel very good if you're in the Secret camp.
Yeah, absolutely not. And 2 great siege heroes. One is the Lina, one is the Lifestealer. And Lifestealer is dead for 50. That was his dieback, actually. Puppey coming from the back lane. They want to take another fight.
Oh, Puppey, that's a bold maneuver, my friends. The Space Cow glimpsed back to a world far away, and now to an entirely different one. Back to the well for him. And straight forward top for SG.
All right. Well, I think SG just plays it safe right now. Roche is going to start respawning pretty soon.
Adriano says, I don't know the meaning of that word. Just struts up. Instant assassination. Pylai die. Playing the role of man who dies a lot this particular game. Now the Static Storm Cat, even he's confident to move in. They will swap mid one back. He wants to walk forward during this time. A bit uncoordinated here. They do get the charge on Adriano, but remember, he's going to respawn just about instantly. 10 seconds. Have they bitten off more than they could chew? SG Esports sloppy play, giving up some huge kills here. All 3 cores down. Now looking for the retreat. They'll blink out, double blink actually, but Puppey chases for more. Lina's back alive. Lifestealer respawns. They get back into the action. They got to be careful about those dives, though, Kevin.
That's a free ride. Maybe if Lina gets swapped in. Oh, they're going to keep continuing.
Looking for Kezu here. They get the glimpse back into the cloud. And again, the tricks of the trade doing good work. KeenRD going to blink his way out towards safety, forcing Kezu back to, well, actually borrow time on cooldown there, but they put the brakes on the aggression for now.
Yeah, Lina picking up a BKB after that last fight. The Abaddon chasing after the Spearbreaker chain stun. There's a lot of big threats, so she's got to be a little careful. I mean, SG could have played it safe there. Don't get too close to the base. Grab the Roshan when it happens to respawn, then do this again. But a big fight for Secret there, and the big item that's coming through consistently seems to be Bloodthorn. Really, like every single time he started fighting the Lina right off the bat was actually trading favorably. Makes a lot of sense. They can't get caught out chased by the Bloodthorn because it is just amplifying everything Secret does.
But that might change because KeenRD has a Basher now. HFN, no sign that he wants to build one, which we do often see on the Lifestealer.
Yeah.
Going back for the Lincolns with the Manta.
The problem of too many medium expense items. It's going to have to sell Midas soon, probably. But even that I'm not sold on.
Sell Midas.
It is only a 40-minute game. It's a bit early, but they better win this game, man. They're 2 racks up right now. They've got a huge kill lead. They just can't let Secret win this fight. If Secret wins this fight and takes Roche, this game is like opened up.
And you say that when they're down 35,000 gold, but we have seen some crazy comebacks as they move into the pit. They are currently getting the scouting information they need here. Nice scan, but the timing could be right. Will SG walk in? No, the illusions are there, though. They're going to start hitting mid one. They engage. They drop the cloud. Now the back as they try to pull him out towards safety. The Shadow Fiend gets pulled right back in. Mid one, slayed in an instant. Now the stun. Make it 2. He's going to come back, but will he have the firepower he needs on round 2 of this engagement? BKB already committed, and everywhere they fall, dropping like flies. Secret losing 3. About to be the Shadow Fiend for a second time, blinking up to the high ground. Great prediction by Tavo. Maybe a little too good. No, Adriano there from the low ground. The Death Requiem 5. Make it 6 with the Aegis. Absolutely butchered, and Secret have had enough. They tap out. Already a shocker here in Kiev.
They're taking it to game 3 in one of the most one-sided matchups that we've seen. And they've got to be super hyped. That's going to be a lot of momentum going into game 3. Secret's got to feel the pressure.